Warren Buffett, an iconic figure for countless global investors, continues to be a beacon of inspiration. His trajectory in the world of investments began early, at the age of 11, with the acquisition of his first business. This remarkable journey has been the subject of numerous lectures around the world, encouraging both beginner and more experienced investors to seek to emulate their strategies. But who is, in fact, Warren Buffett? This text proposes to explore the life of the renowned Oracle of Omaha, focusing on the investments and decisions that led him to become one of the wealthiest and most respected businessmen on the planet. Born in 1930 in Omaha, Nebraska, to Howard and Layla Buffett, Warren demonstrated a singular fascination with finance and business from an early age. Described as a mathematical prodigy, with the ability to add long numerical sequences mentally, a talent that would prove crucial in his career. Colorful stories relate that in his youth, Buffett confided to a friend that if he didn't reach the $1 million mark at age 30, he would jump from the tallest building in Omaha. At the age of 11, he made his first investment, acquiring 3 shares of City Service Preferred for $38 each. Later, when he saw the price rise to $40, he chose to sell, obtaining a modest profit, a decision that he would later acknowledge with some regret, considering the subsequent appreciation of the shares, which reached $200. This initial experience taught him about the importance of patience and persistence in investing. At the age of 13, Buffett began his career as a newspaper delivery boy, waking up at 4:30 a.m. to distribute copies of the Washington Post. At the same time, he sold magazines, subscriptions, and calendars to subscribers. By the age of 15, he had already accumulated $2,000 from magazine sales, the equivalent of approximately $26,000 today. Part of this amount was invested in the purchase of a 40-hectare farm, where he established a profit-sharing agreement with a local farmer. At the age of 17, in partnership with a friend, he bought a used pinball machine for $25, installing it in a barbershop. Before long, they expanded the business, installing several machines at similar establishments in Omaha, generating a weekly income of about $25. The venture was later sold for $200 to a war veteran. After completing his undergraduate degree in science at the University of Nebraska, Buffett sought to improve his knowledge at Harvard Business School. Unfortunately, he was rejected, but this experience did not demotivate him. He then enrolled at Columbia Business School after discovering that Benjamin Graham, a renowned professor and mentor, taught at the institution. He graduated with a master's degree in economic sciences in 1951. In 1952, he returned to Omaha and began working as a broker, supplementing his training with a public speaking course taught by Dale Carnegie. Using the knowledge acquired, he began teaching evening courses at the University of Nebraska. In 1954, he moved to New York and began working directly with his mentor, Benjamin Graham. Throughout his trajectory, Buffett's audacity in accepting different professional opportunities to achieve his goals can be seen, always with the intention of investing in his future. In 1954, he joined the partnership of Benjamin Graham, the company of his teacher and mentor, receiving a starting salary of $12,000. In 1956, renowned investor Benjamin Graham ceased his activities and dissolved the company. At that time, Warren Buffett accumulated more than $174,000 in personal savings, equivalent to approximately $1.5 million today. Although he has evolved significantly over the years, Buffett has chosen to remain in his hometown of Omaha, residing in a house purchased for $31,500. This choice, unusual for a millionaire, reflects his aversion to overspending and his pragmatic nature. Initially, Buffett was dedicated to investment analysis and trading. In 1956, he started a partnership with his family and close friends. This partnership had unique conditions. Buffett asked one of his partners, who was a doctor, to find 10 other doctors willing to invest $10,000 each in the partnership. 11 agreed, and although Buffett initially invested only $100 of his own capital, he reinvested the management fees, gradually increasing his stake in the partnership. By 1960, Buffett had already established 7 partnerships, holding a 9.5% stake in more than $1 million in assets. In 1962, his partnerships consecrated him as a millionaire, with a net worth of more than $7 million, of which $1 million belonged to Buffett. He later unified these partnerships into a single entity. In the same year, Buffett made what he himself considered his worst acquisition: Berkshire Hathaway. The New England textile company, founded in the 1830s, was struggling, but Buffett saw an opportunity for profit. He attributed the company's problems to its inefficient management. After a dispute with the manager, who convinced him of the need for a change in leadership, Buffett began to acquire shares in the company aggressively. However, the business continued to record losses. The situation of the former textile giant was unfavorable. By 1966, it had become apparent that Berkshire Hathaway's period of prosperity had come to an end. Buffett then promoted a radical transformation in the company's business dynamics, propelling it to the success it enjoys today. Gradually, Buffett redirected Berkshire's focus, abandoning its traditional textile operations and turning it into a management company that invested in other businesses. By 1967, Berkshire had sufficient funds to acquire 2 insurance companies, the first of many that would be incorporated into its portfolio. That was the turning point in Berkshire Hathaway's successful trajectory. Buffett used the positive performance of his insurers to finance new acquisitions. Currently, Berkshire Hathaway manages a portfolio of more than 1,000 companies, with a total value of $700 billion. Buffett became a billionaire in 1990 when Berkshire began trading Class A shares. One of his largest donations was to the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, where he donated 185 million Berkshire Hathaway shares, valued at $28.3 billion. Today, his net worth exceeds $84 billion. Despite his modest appearance, which reminds him more of a grandfather than a corporate tycoon, Buffett demonstrates unparalleled intelligence, being widely considered a genius. His simplicity, honesty, and humility captivate, and his talent and charisma have conquered the world. Considering Warren Buffett as an icon, the reality is that he pursued his passion from an early age, dedicating his entire career to it. This continuous dedication has set him apart,